Morning, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody's good today. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but it's for me more than anything. And I might get a violation, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But today is my father's birthday. He passed away in 1984. And I got woken up early this morning at 6 o'clock. And I said, well, I guess I'm supposed to say good morning and happy birthday and do something special. So why not? So I decided to get up this morning and do some talking to heaven. Probably nobody's even awake. I'm sure they are people all over the world. And I did schedule it, at least I did an hour ago, so shouldn't be, I'm getting a little better, not a lot, because I have things to do today. I am not plugged in, that would help. Oh, can I pray that no one will steal her heart away until that lucky day? No, very sweet Lorraine. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background, but that is Nat King Cole and the Nat King Cole Trio. And I played that this morning because my father loved that song so much that he and my mother named my sister Lorraine after this song. So I thought about it this morning. But the honest to God's truth is, I was playing Amy Winehouse right before this rehab because, it is what it was. Each spirit picks the parents that they need to get the lessons that they need in order to ascend. In my baby's arms. And to think that I'm the lucky one. Oh, just to leave her down the aisle. Just I pray that no one will steal her heart away. That lucky day. Good morning, honey. Hi, Boo. Good morning. How are you? I was in the song. I wasn't even looking at the comments. Good morning, honey hive. How are you? Anyway, I guess I better cut this off or else I'll get in trouble with YouTube. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for being here, baby. Oh, so anyway, this is my father. It's my daddy. I can see that without the glare. Mm, that's the only picture that we have of him. And it's actually part of a larger picture of him and me and my mother. I was a baby, and they took me to have pictures taken. And that's the only picture we have of him. I got one picture where he's must be at a party, got a drink in his hand. And he looks real on his way to wasted. But that's nothing new. But okay. So I was going to start off with getting just doing the message. Thank you. I think so. My mother did. And I think I've said it before. My mother and father are 17 years apart. She had no idea that he was that much older than her when she started dating him because they worked in the hospital. She was there as a, used to call them candy stripers when you're going to be a nurse. and they send you to work at the hospital for, like credits in high school. She went to a vocational high school in Brooklyn, and that's when you graduated, you would have, what do you call it? Uh, you'd be a licensed practical nurse. So part of their, I guess, their vocational training hours was to intern at a hospital, and they sent her to NYU, New York University Medical Center in Manhattan. And along the way, she said she was working and she heard this person singing, this man's voice singing, on the floor all the time. But she never knew who it was. And so she asked one of the nurses who was that singing. And she said, "Oh," and there was my dad, and he worked with the patients. He was a nurse also, but she was a student. He was an adult. But um, my mother was like, I guess she was like 19 because she was a little older than her. She was a senior. So I guess she was 19 because they had, I think, she didn't get left back, but whatever. When she came to the United States from Panama, she started in the ninth grade. And I think she was on time because when she came, she was 14. But whatever, she was there working. I don't know. I wasn't around at the time. My grandparents let them live, so I guess it was okay. But yeah, they didn't know. She didn't know he was that much older than her, but she just thought he was, his voice, he used to sing all the time. And that's part of the reason we're so, into music, my siblings and I. And she said his voice just attracted her, and then he was very handsome. So, and he never looked his age, even when he passed away. You mm-mm, definitely, I think he was 69. No, you wouldn't have thought so. Maybe you would have thought he was 50 because his hair never got gray. Thank you, honey. It's just me and you here today. Did you want to have a reading also? Because I'll put you on the list if you have a loved one that you'd like to contact. I'm already all emotional and teary eyed. I wasn't feeling like that when I was rocking Jay-Z and Amy Winehouse. Yeah, so my father was brilliant, very smart man. Um, and he's a veteran. He was a veteran, World War II. Yeah, World War II. And his parents, okay, honey, give me your name of your loved one. I'm gonna just do this reading here, which was my intention, if you don't mind, to read my dad and see what he might have had to say. And so, first card that came here was, I feel happy and healthy. That's, mm, yeah, this is ridiculous. Mm, this is ridiculous. He passed away in 1984. My goodness gracious, gracious goodness. Oh, goodness. He was born in 1920. It is 19, what is it, 2018? Where were you been? Almost 100? No. Yeah, 99? Come on. But still your parent. You're still your dad, no matter what he is, no matter who he was. Very, very smart, brilliant, sweet, playful, comical, more of a touchy feely type parent than my mother ever was. Yeah, I don't know. It's, ooh, wow. But drink, alcoholic, but, you know, and not a nice alcoholic either. Not nice, not nice. He was not that tall guy, 5'7". Yeah, for a man, that's not tall, like 5'7", 5'8". But he was Billy Badass when he was drunk. January 2000, that's when your father passed. It's it doesn't even have to be the anniversary. I could just be you just anyway. Next card that came, I'm just a thought away. Absolutely. And the third card that came was, although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. Yep. Oh, your father was 17 years older than your mom too? Okay, so then you know. You feel my situation, I would imagine. But it's, difficult. But we got mommy, and she's still around here with us, running shit like she always was. And I know if I called her at 6:30 when I woke up, she would have been up already cooking dinner. That's just who she is. Your mom is gone too. I'm sorry, honey. What is all right? So, did you want to reach your dad today? Okay, so let me know your dad's name, and I'll write you in the first box, and then I'll just let me finish this up though. So I know that my father's always around. I mean, I know that. Um, he and my grandfather and my daughter's grandfather, they move with wherever I move, they move just like that. They're with me all the time. So, um, and so today's his birthday. He's Libra. My father's mother died 2 weeks before he turned two. So she passed away, I think it was September 16th. He would have turned two. And she was having another baby. But it is what it is. So he grew up without his mother or his father because his father passed away by the time he was 5. He was an orphan. But he had brothers and sisters. His older sister was married with kids when he was born. So by the time his father passed away, his older sister and her husband raised him and my aunt together. My aunt was maybe 2 years older than my father, 2 or 3 years older. So I feel happy and healthy. Well, good, because I guess there's no nothing. There is nothing but health and happiness in heaven, and I'm sure that they don't have any gin or vodka available for consumption. I'm just a thought away, and I think about them all the time. Okay, esophagus. Wow, I never heard of that before, but I like it. Oh my goodness, esophagus, and my aunt's name was Ethel. Isn't that interesting? My father's sister was Ethel. Um, all right, so everything happens for a reason. Well, let's see. See if we can get something from. Is it a biblical name? I've never seen it. I've never ever seen that, but cool. Boy, folks be finding names in the Bible. My daughter's name is from the Bible, though, and my son and my grandson. All their names are biblical. Hmm. They be digging in there, boy, digging in the Bible and finding names of people. Gee. Yeah, but my mom's probably up cooking right now, and if I called her, she say, "You know, it's his daddy's birthday, you know." Good morning, Tammy. How are you? All five sons, honey, have biblical names. Tammy is, hey, Alabama. Talking about the South. And my father grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. Ooh. He said to us that, like when he was, talked to him about, what he wanted to do, because he said, when I die, don't spend no money putting me in the ground. I did enough for this country and they owe me at least a plot. So he's buried in Calverton National Cemetery. Thank goodness. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you don't have to worry about anything. It's perpetual care and it's really gorgeous. All the 50 flags, 50 US flags all around and all the states. It's just gorgeous. And so there. He's there, but because he said, I don't even want to be a lamppost in Jacksonville. And over the years, with all the stories and everything that's been going on, Trayvon Martin and all that other stuff, no, I don't blame him. I understand exactly what he said. So we adhered to his wishes, and we didn't send him down to Jacksonville, even though they have a family plot, a family cemetery right there by the church, because their family, our family, my family, started the church down there by where they were living. So there is a cemetery there, and I can see some. I have seen some of my family members' graves, but it's rather unkempt. This is how they do. But he didn't want to go down there, and I don't blame him. So let's see. Good morning, April. Hi, I'm good. You got a thumb? I got a thumbs up. I got three thumbs up. I got three folks in here, right? Very good, April. Manuel, Joe. Okay, and he's your brother, April. Okay, Tammy. Did you want to speak to somebody? Okay, so oh, excuse me, folks. Yeah, he didn't want to go down to Jacksonville, and I don't. I can see now why with all the stuff that's gone down. Um, Manuel, Joe, Montijo. Okay, and Tammy. Okay, so I'm gonna have Honey, and Tammy gives me her name that she'd like to check into, if anyone. I just be here checking me out, which I appreciate. And April, I got you for Manuel. All right, so let me just finish up here, see if Daddy has anything else he would like to say. Oh, and an avid New York Mets fan. This is the Mets. We don't mess with the Yankees. The amazing Mets. They don't win all the time. They don't win a lot, but when they win, oh, they win. But it might take 30 years between wins. Your grandfather, Edge? Okay, Tammy, I got you. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. Let me see if there's any messages. I'm gonna get in trouble with YouTube, but I paid for this. It's an Apple Tunes. So just for a second, it'll stop me from crying. Whew. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Hey, Hi, Anisha. Sees I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, try to make me go to rehab. I won't. Oh, Edgar Bradford. Okay, Tammy. Y'all called him Edge. At home with me. And I ain't got 70 days. Hi, Anisha. Nothing, there's nothing you can teach me that I can learn from Mr. Hathaway. Thank you, April. Get a lot in class, but I know it don't come in a shot glass. Try to make me go to rehab. No, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you know, no, no. My man said, why you think you here? I said, I have no idea. I'm gonna, I'm gonna lose my baby. So I always keep a bottle there. Cause it press, kiss me, hey baby, and go rest. Try to make me go to rehab. I want no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you know, no, no. Got to make it smile. I'm with 6 pair of kicks is my definition of 12 steps. That's how I detox. Try to make me go to rehab. I won't go, no. Ain't nothing can stop me. Oh, look how he's Jackson. Just look how he's ashing. They call me back in. Heroin flows more deeper than heroin flows. I don't cease, so I'm at peace like Anna Nicole. Ho. I don't ever want to drink again. And I just, ooh, need a friend. And I don't want to spend 10 weeks. Have everyone think I'm on the man. It's not just my pride. It's until these tears have dried. They try to make me go to rehab, and I won't go, go, go. All right. Now, it is not the 70s, Honey Hive. Amy Winehouse is just with us, what, in the 90s or the early 2000s? Whatever. Come on, you guys. Uh, Anisha, okay. You dancing on the other end? Yes. Good. We're going to get shut down. They're not going to even let us probably upload this. So anyway. Okay, so my father says, I feel happy and healthy. I'm just a thought away. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. Okay, so number 41, self discipline. Oh, what? You trying to tell me? I don't drink like that. I don't, not at all. I'm not Brett Kavanaugh, none of that other stuff. I don't do. Okay, an adventure. Hmm. Okay, so 41 is self discipline. That's talking about a change. Okay. And so that would be five. 4 and 1 is five. So that would be a change. Self discipline. 55 is adventure. Two fives again. More change. Hi, Hi, Alicia. Good morning. Maybe that's the journey. Anisha. Self discipline, adventure. So maybe adventure is journey. Okay, so maybe that is talking about uh, alcohol, rehab. So maybe he's telling me that he feels happy and healthy. Okay, communication. All right, and self love. Ashe, seven. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, so first, self discipline. I feel happy and healthy. Okay, so no alcohol in heaven. That's good. Just a thought away. 55. Adventure. Okay, so I think maybe he's telling me he's been here with me for all that I've gone through all these years, all these different situations and adventures that I'm having and have had. And 33, communication. Although you might not have it now, understanding now everything happens for a reason. And I think he is constantly in communication with me. If not on a daily basis, every other day or at least every week. So 55 is a double, is a master number, and 33 is a master number. So basically, it's three fives and a 33, which is excellent. And self love, yes. And self love goes with self discipline, doesn't it? So I think he's telling me that he's happy, that he is right here with me for my life, my adventures, and that he is in communication with me all the time. You feeling it? I'm feeling it too, baby. Okay, so let's go. 41. Hmm. I'm going to read this because these are for me. All right. You're being reminded that you need to meet the universe halfway because your dreams won't manifest by themselves. Clarify your goals, prioritize your ideas and action. Prioritize your ideas and actions, then take the mental, emotional, and physical actions needed to make your dreams come true. That's what I'm trying to do, Daddy. You are being encouraged to rein in any thoughts and emotions that are contrary to what you are trying to attract. Rather than letting your doubts and worries consume you, you have the strength and willpower to focus predominantly on your dreams. You can attain those goals with a strong, disciplined mind when you surrender the outcome to the divine. Ashe. In order to improve your current situation, being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles in your life that are encouraging you to be motivated and strong. This is where you need to play your part. The universe will provide you with the opportunities, but you need to see them through. Then the affirmation would be, with self-discipline and action, I make my dreams come true. I say, thank you, Daddy. That's true. That makes perfect sense. Okay, Elisa West, and your brother is Rashad, and Aliyah. Aliyah Horton is Aliyah, the singer, right? That's my other girl. Get out. I like when singers invite like rappers to be on their songs, like Timbaland and Aliyah. Oh, she died on your birthday. Oh shit. You going through the same thing with the universe, Tammy? Well, well for me and what's going on with me. I know it's a good thing, but I need to do, like I said, don't have self-defeating thoughts and keep my eye on the prize. Number 55, adventure. Um, this card indicates a need to see your life as an adventure. No one knows what will happen tomorrow, so why not make the most of today? You're being encouraged to step out of the rut of your everyday life to experience exciting new things. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just a couple of minor adjustments can add a little adventure and zing. I agree. Might be time to be inquisitive and daring, rearranging your furniture, experiment with new styles of clothing, eat a different type of food, take up a new hobby, or go on an overseas voyage. I keep getting overseas voyage. I really need a vacation, really. Sometimes a new version of something familiar is enough to shake things up. Even a random act of kindness can be an adventure in itself. You got people to meet and plenty of things to see. So open yourself up to the unknown, revitalize your soul, and broaden your horizons. Adventure stimulates the life force and enhances your connection to source. I say, and I always say that adventure. I always say that I'm going on a new adventure whenever I'm doing something different. And people are like, I got 6 people in here. If you didn't give me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. And the last card here is communication. Okay. This card indicates the need to communicate your thoughts and feelings and have the courage to speak your truth. Instead of keeping things to yourself out of fear of judgment or conflict or ridicule, you must express your honest opinion. By doing so, you're releasing that energy from your being and promoting a healthy body and mind. Wow, that was real on point. This card indicates that you have something important to say. You're being encouraged to communicate or express yourself through writing, speaking, singing, dance, acting, music, or art. You may prefer to compose poetry or note your thoughts in a journal and keep your ideas and feelings to yourself. Or you may choose to voice them to others so you may give and receive guidance, wisdom, and hope. Whether this message is intended to inspire those around you or simply heal yourself, it's important to help raise your own vibration, which in turn raises the vibration of the world. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of life that are encouraging you to communicate and express your truth. When you're honest and respectful and seek to serve the greater good, your message will be received in the best possible light. Honest communication is the key. The affirmation there is by communicating my truth, I create a healthy, harmonious life. I say, yes, Daddy, you're right. And the page this is on is 74, which is 11. Manifestation, right? I say, so yes, communication is the key, self discipline. And this entire situation here has been an adventure. Absolutely, Dad. Thank you for that. So, you just did all of that, honey hive? Oh, we change every day, Tammy. All right, Tammy says that she believes she'll not be the same person as she is at this moment. We change constantly, hopefully, open to change at least on a daily basis. And I just did all of that. Thank you, honey. Well, I think that's part of what has me doing this is him and the rest of them. But my father always, always, always had confidence in us as much as he was the worst husband God ever could give a woman. God bless my mother. Really bad. Not cheating, violent, mean. Billy badass when he was drinking. Oh my God. But if my mother could divorce him, I could not be with anybody. Fuck that. You can divorce a man that you got 4 kids with, you ain't gotta put up with nobody's bullshit. Even at the cellular level, of course, our cells regenerate. Oh, thank you, honey. You all a gift to me. But this has been such a learning experience, in the last couple of years, ever since I discovered that I could do this on YouTube. But I've been doing readings for people over the years, friends and family, while I would before I retired. Look at that, number 8, manifestation. I say, Daddy. Okay, we got to give other people their chance, right? That's why we're here. So, happily divorced. That's right. Alcohol is spiritual partnership. 27, 9. I know he's telling me he's here with me, part of the partnership. Yeah, liquor is bad. And then when you are Native American, and my father's father was his grandmother. mm, yeah, Native American, whatever. And that doesn't help. And being orphaned when you're a baby and being raised by your sister and your brother-in-law who is not nice. And I guess going to World War II and growing up in Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, all of those things, you know, leads to depression. And depression, for some people, they use alcohol. Now, thank goodness he didn't go real crazy on us and do drugs and heroin and things like that, because that was part of the culture back then too. But he was not. He said, "Oh, I smoked a reefer when I was in the military. Ooh, that stuff gets your head bad." And I'm looking at him like, "Is he joking, right?" Okay, your dad, Wayne and Louise. That's for Tammy. Edgar, Louise, and Wayne. All right. Okay, honey, if you want to speak to me privately or you send me an email, pbtarot7@gmail.com, and then maybe we can set it up. We could do Messenger or something to talk. Yeah, and it affects you when you grow up in a household where you have violence and alcoholism. It really, really does affect you. And none of my sisters and brothers, there's 4 of us, none of us, I don't believe, have alcohol problems. No. Some of us are a little too judgmental of the other people's intake or whatever. But, uh, but we have to watch that. But with me, I think it affects the way I deal with men. If I see a man that drinks too much, it bothers me a lot. And then if he's a violent drunk, I don't care. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with that. So, oh yeah, so it does affect you the way you deal in relationships, and maybe I don't have as much patience as some people would with that because I've seen how ugly it can get. The violence. No, 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 no. That's not. I can't do it, and I don't know how people do it. And it's not just him. I've seen a lot of situations where men have been so violent with the women that they say that they love, and I'm sure it goes both ways. But I'm saying what I've seen has been men. I've seen some women show their natural behinds because they were drunk. Okay, April says alcohol has no benefit for me on my spiritual path. There's no positive or high vibrational shift that comes from drinking alcohol. It's detrimental to health. Absolutely. It's such a turnoff. Yes, Alyssa, it sure is. Alyssa says, especially men, especially weed, men be so addicted to they can't even function positively without it. Well, I don't believe, really. I guess it can happen, but I really don't believe that people can get addicted to weed. I think they get addicted to the behavior and they like being high. And so that's why they smoke a lot. But you got to know how to handle your business. All right. These things are recreational. If you're going to do, hang out at home at night or at a party or something like that, smoke a joint, whatever. But not with you, dysfunctional. That's ridiculous. Yep. And I'm not saying that I'm like wouldn't have a drink or anything like that. Of course, you know how could I not? I grew the alcoholics is on both sides. It's not just on my father's side. It's on my mother's. My mother doesn't drink. I think I seen my mother tipsy once over some Ballantine or some Schaefer beer back in the day. She's just, but she's healthy and she's still here with us, and we thank God for her every day. As mean as she was, as mean as she could be, she was a good mom and she got us through. We all came through unscathed. Nobody has a criminal record. My brother don't have no babies outside of being married. We have, but that's because my mother never wanted us to get married. The only person my mother wanted to get married was my brother because he's a boy and he needs somebody to take care of him. Those are her words. And you're like, really? Oh yes, he has to have a wife. He needs someone to take care of him. So the rest of us are just chicken liver. But even my father, he wanted us to be doctors and lawyers and teachers. And he always said that to me and my sister, um, my second sister and I, that we were going to grow up to be lawyers and doctors and teachers. As bad as he wasn't a male chauvinist. I tell you that much. He believed that women should work and go to school, get educations, things like that. He wasn't that bad. Oh, Anisha, you're in Jacksonville? Holla. Oh my. Moscato, Elisa, very oh yeah. Moscato, yeah, I like that. I like anything sweet, anything sweet. But I've learned to drink over the years when I was working in law enforcement. You can't work around a bunch of men all the time and not learn how to drink. So I can. Now the secret is because my aunts was party girls, I guess, hanging out. Before you go out drinking, you get like a shot glass at least full of olive oil, and you drink that before you go out drinking, and then you shouldn't get sick. And before you go to sleep, take an aspirin. Well, now these days, I guess we take a Tylenol. That was their cure for avoiding avoiding hangovers. So, Honey Hive, here we go, baby. We're gonna do you, all right? Ethigus Williams. So Honey Hive is up first. Thank you, everybody. I got 7 folks in here, and I got 4 thumbs up. So somebody owes us a thumbs up. So, Honey Hive, are you ready? I know she is. We're going to do Esophagus. Hmm. Okay, Rashad. All right, so here we go for Honey Hive. So everybody, please, let's put some positive energy towards Honey Hive, and as she tries to reach Esophagus Williams. And Honey Hive, I need you to try to initiate that contact, let him know that you're trying to reach him, and let's see what we can, let's see what comes through. All right. All right, April is sending love. Congratulations, April. A whole year of sobriety. Congratulations. 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 Did you get a coin from AA? I think they give 30-day coins and 6-month coins and a year and all of that. Honey Hive, I know she's here. She was the first one here. First card that came for you, Honey Hive, for Ethicus, is we have been together in dreams. So what that's saying is that he has been in your dreams. You have dreamt, you've had dreams in which he appeared. Not necessarily that he was giving you any particular messages or anything, but you've had dreams where he was part of the dream. I'm getting these Facebook notifications. Okay. All right. We've been together in dreams. Anything else from Ethicus Williams? I like that name. Hmm. Oh, I watch over you every day. Oh. And I am with the rest of the family, he's saying. Okay, Honey Hive. This is your reading, baby. This is your message from Ethicus, saying that he has been with you in your dreams. You have dreamt and had dreams in which he appeared. He watches over you every day, and he's with the rest of your family. Ooh, okay. He says he feels happy and healthy too. I say. Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right, Honey Hive. He says, don't be afraid. Hmm. So there's something that is concerning you. Maybe that's why you wanted to speak to me privately. And he's telling you whatever that is, honey. Don't be afraid. She said, all right. Okay. Very good. Don't be afraid. So whatever the situation is that is concerning you, don't worry about it. He watches over you every day. One more? Any more? Okay. Very good. Okay. Kisses back to you too, honey. He says, I send you loving signs through nature. Oh, really, Tammy? Okay. Well, let me finish up with honey here. This is her reading. I send you loving signs through nature. So that means that that there are signs for you that you need to pay attention to in nature. Could be butterflies, could be birds, could be things that catch your attention, something that you pay attention to. So, oh, okay, yes, all right. Continue to pay attention to those things. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Write in your journal. Write it down in your journal. That's the answers. You'll get the answers. Start writing. Okay. All right. So sometimes people do automatic writing where they just start writing and messages come through. So, honey, I think maybe that's what he's saying. I don't know why that came because he sent it. Okay. So, bottom of the deck says I'm much better now. Okay. Let me see if I can get something else. But I'm seeing that the messages that you are seeking, I'm hearing that the message, the advice that you are seeking about this particular, whatever situation is going on with you right now. Honey, he's saying to start writing. I guess he'll send you messages through that. Okay, so that might be what you need to do. If you don't know how that works, it doesn't matter. You should just get a pencil and a paper and just start writing your thoughts and it'll start to flow. Okay. Okay, you do too. Okay. All right. So do that. That's where the answer is going to come through writing. It could be in your journal or it could just be separate, but whatever, whenever, whenever you have these challenges like this, you don't have to seek outside of yourself. You can just be open and the messages will come, the answers will come as you write them down. Okay, so we're getting 14, moderation. I could be talking about us about talking about drinking, right? But moderation, so some kind of a change, just the way you're doing things. Oh, 56, and a relationship change. Okay, he had cancer. Okay. You're welcome, honey. All right, let's see if we can get one more. All right. Love partnership, number 26. Okay, honey. And 63, parenting. Does that make sense to you? Because it's saying that there's going to be some kind of love partnership, some kind of relationship change. Oh, makes sense. Okay. She says, oh my God. Moderation. Okay, now you're back to crying. Moderation, 14. Let's see what that's talking about. Besides us talking about reefer and alcohol. But 14 is moderation and 1 and 4 is 5, so there's some kind of a change. Could be a change to your relationship. But both of these cards, relationship change and love partnership. Mm. Nothing wrong with the ganja, April said. Nothing wrong with the ganja. Some people, I guess, they can't handle it. All I've ever seen people do when they're high is make out, listen to music, order pizza and wings, looking for food. Okay, honey, you get butterflies and birds around all the time. Okay, well those are your look at this card. This card is butterflies. Okay, so those maybe they're trying to let you know who your animal spirit is. Anyway, 14, honey. Let's go here. This is so long already, but it doesn't matter because we had the music playing, and it probably won't even go up. Um, exercise. Okay, this is talking about exercising restraint and self-control. Perhaps you're over drinking, overeating, too much alcohol, over medicating, overspending, exercising excessively, consuming too much sugar or coffee, or gambling, or otherwise indulging in or engaging in obsessive or aggressive behavior. If this so, this card serves as a gentle and loving reminder that these behaviors can delay the manifestation of your dreams. This also indicates a need to balance your desire for freedom and adventure with your responsibilities, because by honoring your commitments, you will prevent the buildup of karmic debt. By choosing to live in your higher self rather than giving into your lowest tendencies, you align with source and the intention of your soul. Have the courage to seek professional or divine assistance if needed. You don't have to go it alone. You can call on heavenly helpers for inner strength and courage. So maybe there's something going on with your relationship, your partnership that is calling for you to change something about the relationship. May need to go to counseling. Oh, okay, confirmations. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So maybe before you make any change in your love partnership, maybe you're being advised to get some counseling. If that makes okay, you're welcome. That makes sense to you. So that's your message from Ethicus. But he's watching over you all the time. All right. And he sends you loving signs through nature, which you recognize. So, Ashe. Wonderful. So, thank you so much. And next up is Tammy, who is going to try to speak to Edgar, aka Edge, or Louise and Wayne, and or Louise and Wayne. So, thank you so much for letting me share these messages with you, honey. So, Tammy, let me know you're here, and we can do this. If you're new in the room, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. You're here. Thank you. You're okay, Tammy. Let's see what we can get for Tammy. So now, everybody, we're going to get some positive vibes going towards Tammy as she tries to reach Louise and Edgar and Wayne, her grandfather and her mother and father. Good morning. I'm Ashik. Okay. All right. I saw that, honey. You got a twin flame. Well, maybe they're saying you go easy. Don't worry about it. Everything in moderation. But I know twin flames is another whole set of tests and trials. Okay, so Tammy, here we go. Good morning, I am Chic. Okay, so everybody, let's give some positive energy to Tammy while she tries to contact Edgar and Louise and Wayne. So, everybody, let's give some positive energy to Tammy. And Tammy, you are going to try to contact Edge and Louise and Wayne and let them know that you are trying to contact them. and ask them to bring you a message. The Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners now and at the hour of death. Amen. Okay. Okay, so first card that came is I'm with the rest of the family. They could be saying they're all here. That might be what's happening. It's happening with my chat. Okay. I am not dead. Okay, so when they send that, what I think they're trying to express to us is that what we call dead is not what they're experiencing. It's nothing like that. But they can only explain it to us. They can only explain it to us through the words that we use, because there's no word in our language, in any of our languages, to really describe what it is that they are witnessing, existing in. So they're not dead. He's not dead. They're not dead. And as a soul, I can be in several places at once. Well, thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa gave a super chat. Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, so as a soul, I can be in several places at once. Um, so they're letting you know. Okay, so what Spirit just said is that this is your ancestors in general are speaking right now, Tammy. So it might be all three of them. But they're letting you know that they can be in several places at once, each one. So even if you are expecting or praying or being in contact with Edge, if someone else in your family needs help, he can be there at the same time simultaneously for them. There's no limit on time and space when you're on the other side. So your family is always available. So don't think that because somebody else might be going through something real heavy that you can't be in contact with your ego. They have more than enough energy, time, space, whatever, to take care of more than one child at the same time. Okay. So they could be in, okay, they could be doing their lessons and doing whatever it is that they do in heaven all day and still be available for consultation. Okay, Tammy, let's see. Is there any other messages? I don't know. Okay. And it's saying don't be afraid also, Tammy. I don't know if there's a situation for you also that needs to be addressed, but they're telling you don't have any fear. I was met by so many loving people. Okay. So, family that they knew, family that they'd never known, close friends. That's who they're greeted by when they get to the other side. Also, Tammy, I don't know if there's a situation where you coming around people that you're not used to or people you don't know. Like they're trying to reassure you not to be afraid that everything's going to be okay. These new people that you're going to be involved with are going to be all right. They're cool. They're all right. Okay. Okay. So Tammy's talking about releasing some anger she has about some behavior her father did when she was younger. You can just do that anytime. If you desire to forgive, all you got to do is forgive. Because forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is in order to release that heaviness on ourselves. So you don't need an apology from the person who did the bad behavior. You don't have to wait on that because that's on them. You can release it right now if that's your desire. I am so much better now, Tammy. And the bottom of the deck says, "Remember me by the happy memories we created." So the energy that could be your father saying that they're so much better now and not to be afraid. You know, hurt people, right? We know that. That's why my father was the way he was because he was hurt. He was a he was orphaned, abandoned, abused by folks who were supposed to love him, by his brother-in-law and by his sister who allowed that. And I only know of the things that he told us. I don't know. Okay, Tammy, you have to, even if the person is crossed over or if the person is still here, forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you to give that back. Give it back to them, give it back to the universe, wherever it came from. Not own it. You just have to forgive them. It's very simple. Yes, choosing not to forgive can drastically and severely nearly affect every area in your life. Let me tell you, my father, when I just said, was very, very, very abusive and violent towards my mother. But my mother, and it's not like that he tried to hide it or nothing. He didn't care. If he couldn't catch her, he'd catch me because I looked like her. But again, I think it's a credit to my mother that we still continue to be respectful and loving to our dad, even when they lived separately. We still visited with him, and there was no court order or none of that. It was just we wanted to see our dad, and she would put us on the train in Brooklyn, and he would meet us in the train in Harlem. The same A train would go from Harlem to Brooklyn, where we lived, and she would take us to the. She would ride with us on the train as far as where we could get the A train, and he would be at the other end on 116th Street in Brooklyn. And they did that every weekend as long as the weather was good and we wanted to go. And, and daddy he wasn't working because he had retired. He retired before I even got to college. So anyway, yeah, they, and she never encouraged us to hold any bad feelings towards him. So that's come, I guess, now, even after all these years, with the things that he did, some people wouldn't even acknowledge him. But that was never the way I was raised when it came to him. Maybe a problem. I have too much patience with other folks that need to be at the curb. Whole nother conversation. But you can go on when you're. Tell me, the way to do it is just do it. You could sit down, like I was saying with Honey, and just write it. Express all of the anger, every incident, whatever it was, to yourself. Just write it like you were writing a letter towards the person who you need to forgive, towards your father. And just say, dear dad, or pop, or father, whatever, however way, first name, just write it, tell them what you feel about what was done and whatever, and then tell him in this letter that you are forgiving him now, because you are not going to let him have any more power over you. See, the other thing my mother raised me to know is that a criminal, you can't let the criminal, quote unquote, the bad guy, the abuser, whoever, you can't let them win. The best revenge is a good life. The best revenge is not even letting them have that much power in your life for you even to worry about forgiving them. Let it go. Of course you love him. I just got finished telling you, darling, when I was 11, I came home from playing around the corner with my friends. I noticed there was a crowd of people across the street, and there was, like commotion. So me and my friends, we run across the street to see what's going by. This time to, how you ever see those clouds with fights going like that? It was that kind of thing, right? People are fighting, whatever. Going down the street, back down towards where I lived, but we were on around the corner playing handball. Y'all know nothing about that, but anyway. Um, and so when we got to, like, in front of the deli, the store, I saw this hat that looked like my father. My father was one of those old guys, always wore fedoras, right? And it looked like his hat. But he didn't live with us. This is in Brooklyn. He lives in Manhattan. So we kids go running back, see what's going on. And when I get to my house, there's two ambulances in front of my house. One for my mother and one for my father. My father had gotten drunk, and with the help of my aunt Ethel, who always was able to put the battery in his back for the bad behavior, he came all the way from Manhattan to Brooklyn so that he had given my mother $60 to buy us Easter clothes. $60 for 4 kids. And my aunt had convinced him somehow that that money was not going to go to buy his children no clothes. It was going to go to my mother's boyfriend. What boyfriend? But this is what she was putting in his head. And I guess he started talking to the gin and the vodka. And he got on the train all the way to my house in Brooklyn and walked into the house. My brothers and sisters were there. They were smaller. So I was 11. My sister was 9. And the other one, my brother was, I guess, 7.5, 8. And my sister, Jackie, wound up been 3 or 4. Well, whatever. He kicked in the door and demanded his $60. And even after she gave him the $60, he stabbed her right here in the neck. next a cough away from her carotid artery in front of my brothers and sisters. I didn't see it because I was outside. But my sisters and brothers witnessed my father trying to kill my mother, and he came that close. And the reason the second ambulance was there was because when he tried to run out, my sisters and brothers must have been yelling out of the window, and the neighbors all heard, and they chased him down the block, and somebody grabbed him by his arm, and they broke his arm. So they each went to the same hospital. And after I got to the hospital, each of them are in separate emergency rooms, like the little rooms they have with the curtains. So daddy's there, mommy's there, and both of them are calling for me. I went and saw about my mother. The doctor said that if she had coughed, she would have died. But you know what? She still didn't. She divorced him after that. They were separated at that point. She divorced him because back in the day, as long as you was married, whether you were divorced or not, as long as you were married, you could come and beat your wife's ass, and the police wouldn't do nothing but walk you around the corner and tell you to cool off, man. That's how it was. But once they got divorced, what he did to her was an assault. And my father was not stupid, and neither was my mother. And so when he did that, that was it. Not that he hadn't hit her before. That's why she was separated from him. But divorce, once she divorced him, I don't think he ever raised his voice at her again for the rest of his life. They were so cool that by the time he died, they was calling each other and wishing each other happy anniversary on their anniversary date, even though they was divorced from each other. But they remained, the situation changed because she wasn't his property anymore. He didn't own her anymore. And so therefore, he wasn't coming over there to put his hands on her for nothing because now his ass would have went to jail. But when you did that to your wife back in the 70s, you didn't go to jail. He didn't go to jail for what he did. He went to the hospital for a broken arm, but he didn't get arrested, nothing. So if my mother could forgive him, I'm just saying, people do bad things and we still love them. There are children who are raised in households where their parents are just horribly abusive. They still love their parents. Just like we can't help who we love romantically, we can't help love our parents too, even if they're not the best. And I've talked all of that, and I'm not even reading what Tammy is telling me. Yes, April. Handball is throwing a ball at the wall. Well, you throw it and you continue to keep it going by slapping it against the wall. If you let it hit the ground, there's another way of playing it. We call it Chinese handball. I'm sure it's totally racially inappropriate, and I apologize to anyone who get offended by that. But that was what we called it when we were little, and you would hit the ball on the ground and make it hit the wall, and then come back. Big deal. They had handball courts in Queens, Brooklyn, all over the place. They probably do, but we use the side of buildings, which I'm sure people that lived inside didn't appreciate. But oh well. Okay. Yeah, she took her power back. My mother took her power back, but she didn't make us be hateful at all. And when my father died, my mother was there. And her parents and her family were there at the funeral, not just like he was their son still or their son-in-law still. You would have never known. And it wasn't because they were putting on any airs or anything. They were there for us children. They were there for us. My mother was even there. When my father passed away, and we went to the National Cemetery, they gave me the flag, and I handed it right there to my mother, right there in the cemetery. With all of the people, whatever they do, the military folks. And the man came, and They hand you the flag on behalf of a grateful nation. And I turned around and I handed that to my mother because she's the one who deserved that more than anybody. Over the years, she gave it back to me, and I have it downstairs in one of those frames, so it looks like a triangle. Very nice. I'm patriotic as much as I talk about my country and whatever. I love my country, but it's stuff that need to be fixed. But yeah, I was raised to love my country, and I don't have any plans on making it any other way. But beauty of being in the United States up until now has been the freedom of speech, freedom to express our displeasure with our leaders, to address our grievances, which is what that woman did the other day with that Brett Kavanaugh. That's part of the Constitution. Any citizen that has any reason to speak against an appointee to the judicial branch has a right to bring their grievance to the Senate, and that's exactly what she did. That was her civic duty. Ashe, amen. Now, yes, Tammy, you listen, when you finish writing that letter to your father or who, you could take that and burn it. You could leave it on your altar if you want to. You could put it in a bottle and put it in a river, whatever you want to do with it. But let that go because the way that there's this book here, Father Therapy, that I referred to a while back in one of the videos. But our relationship with our fathers, even if we're boy or girls, affects so many aspects of our love relationships. It's crazy. It's like, why are we giving these bad people this much power and allowing their minions, the other guys, the guys that we date, why are we accepting the bad behavior from them? Because there's something in us that we now have to fix because of our exposure to this negativity, but at the same time, realizing and remembering as spiritual beings that we chose these family units to become part of it. We chose to have this particular experience. So the question is, what did this teach us? And once we figure out what it taught us and we forgive them because we understand that it was not just what they were doing to us, it was, excuse me, it's what we had to experience in order to have that information and it was part of our contract and it was part of their contract. It was part of their contract to be your parent and to treat you in the way that they treated you. Something that they had to do, something that they had to work out, and it's something that you unfortunately had to experience. But why? There's a lesson that your soul needed to experience, and the way to stop repeating the cycle is one, forgiving the person, understanding that again, this is part of the script that's being played out. And be grateful that you survived it. Understand how it has affected you in what specific ways. Release it and don't repeat it. Let it go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so he's the guy that you're with is a Leo. But again, remember, right now what is this? Virgo and Libra season. It's really strange, the energies and the way people are acting. Lots of things are going to be moved out, or people are going to be revealed. Balance is going to be brought back during this time period between now and the end of October. I think that's what they're saying. I'm not an astrologist, and I don't even play one on TV. I'm just reading and listening to videos and stuff. What you give power, okay, April is saying what you give power to has power over you. It can be childhood traumas playing out in your adult life and coming up so you can heal your inner child. Right, right. And we choose our families. Okay, so that's from April, Tammy. April is saying to you that um, there are childhood traumas that play out in your adult life so that you can heal your wounds. And it's true. I I looked at my partner, twin flame, soulmate, whatever the hell. And I've known him for years. I've known him since like 91 or 92. And I just realized like over the last couple of months how much he looks like my father. That was very surprising to me. And I don't like really tall, thin guys. I like football players and stuff, but he definitely looks more like my father than he does like football players and lacrosse players and athletes. But he was an athlete. But some guys are just tall and thin, you know. But I didn't realize that until, and now I'm looking at both their pictures and like, okay, yeah. But I can't show y'all him because that not cool without permission. So Tammy, I think what he's saying is that they we know when people die when they cross over, they're not the same as we knew them. Okay, they are and they aren't. They're happier. They're happy. They're healthy. They're healed. Whatever that went on, understand that hurt people, right? So there may have been some childhood issue that your father had that instead of him getting help, he took it out on you or other people around you, you know. And as evil as it is, and as ridiculous it is, that's just part of human nature. And that's part of the human experience that your soul has had, your spirit has had. So what does that teach you? What did you learn from it? Little things, like not leaving the kid alone. My mother wouldn't even let us sit on our father's lap, and that was always. It had nothing to do with anything. He never touched nobody, none of that. But don't sit on men's laps. Don't be alone. We couldn't go spend a night at nobody's house if they had brothers and fathers that was dead. We wasn't going. Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. And sexual abuse is very common, not just in this culture, just because of the disrespect that men have for women, first of all. And we know rape is not about sex, it's about power, right? When people feel powerless inside of themselves about something, they try to find a way to put that power back or bring that power back or to prove that they are powerful, you know. And they do these things, unfortunately. It's not about sex. Again, I'm much better now. He's healed. He's grown. He's changed. That chapter is done. And I think Tammy, what's being said is that you can do this. You don't need to you don't need to let this situation stay in your head one more time, one more day. Acknowledge the fact of what happened, how horrible it is, how horrible it's made you feel, how has it affected your life, how angry you are. All of that. You can put it on a video if you don't want to write it. and you don't ever have to send it out to nobody, or you could post it if you want to. I saw one lady, she posted to her husband who was an abuser. I saw the video. It was up, maybe she did it a few years ago, and she put his business out on the street. Sometimes if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. But even, mm, I guess they wanted me to talk about this, but like I said, sexual abuse is criminal, and you don't want to give the criminal the win. So forgive your father for what he did, and make a concerted effort to let it go today, September 30th, 2018. No more. I forgive you, and I release this, and now I'm going to work on healing myself. You need to maybe speak to counselors. Goes call. There's a sex abuse hotline. They were giving out the number for it uh, last week. I think it was on CNN. One of the ladies, she kept repeating the number, but it's an 800 number, sex abuse hotline. I'm sure if you Google it at this point, it'll probably pop up first. There's a lot of people. That's been a very big trigger last week. Me and my mother were on the telephone on Friday after we listened to those the testimonies, and it triggered she and I both about things that we experienced and about my grandmother's reaction to her abuse and my grandmother's reaction to my rape. I got 6 folks in here. I only got 4 thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up, please. Give us a thumbs up, right? So my mother said she was a little girl and her godmother's son had just gotten out of prison. This is in Panama. And she went to visit her godmother, and he tried to touch her, and she said she never went back to her godmother's house ever again. She ran away. He didn't get away with it, but she was afraid. And she did not tell my grandmother until my grandmother came to the United States in 1969. And my mother was a grown woman with 4 kids and a husband, and that's when she finally told my grandmother, what had happened to her, because they were wondering why you don't go to your godmother's house, and she never said why. My mother's a grown woman, and she told my grandmother, and she said my grandmother just, she didn't know what to say. She had no reaction. I said, didn't grandma say anything? She said, thank you, honey hive. That's so sweet. Well, Tammy, if you know that you have PTSD, which is serious, and a lot of us have it, just culturally, a lot of us have it. You need to talk to somebody. You need to get some counseling. But get on the telephone and call that sex abuse hotline. It doesn't matter if it happened 10 years ago, 30 years ago. It doesn't matter if the person's passed away or whatever. There are things that you need to be able to talk about with people who are experts in that and can affirm you and affirm your experience and give you the correct resources. And those people are there for a reason. Same way all of us are here for a reason. God gives us gifts. Some people's gifts are doing that type of work. All right. Um, Matter of fact, let me see if I could find a number for you. Ooh, boy, they're gonna kill me on YouTube. Okay, so sex abuse hotline. Let's see if we can find a number. Okay, so there is, okay, the phone number is 1-800-656-HOPE. which is 4673. So 1-800-656-4673. Okay? 1-800. I'm going to write that because I'm going to need that, I'm sure, one day for somebody else. 1-800-656-4673. So, Tammy, give them a call, all right, and speak to them, and maybe they can direct you towards the right resources. Thank you, April. Okay, April just won moderator. April just won moderator position. Okay. So 1-800-656-4673. Thank you, April. That's the number, Tammy. Please, anybody who's in here, any of you go, guys or girls, put that number in your cell in case one day you decided you want to call it, and see if they can give you any direction towards resources. Now, those are also is good for people who are experiencing it right now. That's definitely what that number is for. That's definitely what that number is for. But if there are past issues that you need to address, certainly they should be able to have the resources for you to address that. There's also, yeah. Okay, and there's another one called Darkness to Light, and it's they have shelters, and they also have referral sources, medical, legal, and treatment for offenders also. Darkness to Light, their phone number is 1-866 for light. So it's 866-367-5444. Or you could text the word light, LIGHT, to 741-741. But that's a crisis hotline, crisis support. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, free of charge. Darkness to Light provides a toll-free number for individuals living in the United States who need local information and resources about sexual abuse. Any individual, child, or adult who needs resources about sex abuse can call the helpline. All these calls are confidential, answered by trained information and referral representatives. Helpline availability varies from state, according to state and the call center. And there's also an 800 number, 1-888-773-2362 prevention. So if you know of someone, an adult or a child who is being sexually abused, you can call that number also. So, okay, you're talking to your counselors every month, and you're talking to your counselor about this, right, Tammy? So, very good. So you want to be able to tell your counselor when you speak to them that you forgave this for your benefit, for the benefit of you and your spirit and your spiritual growth. Okay? So, Tammy, thank you so much for letting us give you a hand with this. Yeah, okay. So that's disability. So this has seriously affected you. You have to forgive him. You may have to forgive maybe your mother. I don't know if she was around for it or anything, or if you told her, or if she just didn't see it, or whatever. But whoever were the responsible adults around you, if you're holding any animosity towards them, forgive them too. But you got to do that, and that's the only way that you are going to be able to heal. That's the only way you're going to be able to heal. April, Manuel, and Joe. No, Manuel, Joe, Montego. That's who you want to speak to. That's your father, April. All right, so let's Tammy, I hope that this was helpful to you. And I know it got drawn out longer than you expected it to. And thank you, everyone, for being patient here. But that's what we do, right? We support each other. Started when you were 5 years old, Tammy. Tammy, you're gonna have to. I know you're speaking to your counselors about it. It's got to be horrific. Oh, but mm, I know that you have to let this go. Let's see. And I'm gonna say this too, and this is a little off, kind of off. There is a road of the divine feminine through the Mary Magdalene feminine that there were high priestesses who their position was to take care of the temple and the priests and whatever, the temple and all of that. But part of their duties or part of their role in the community was that they would entertain kings and lords and men of a certain rank when they came back from war or whatever like that. So they would entertain them. They weren't their concubines because they had their own concubines and wives. But before they went back to their home, whatever, certain ones who were of certain stature, they would spend the time like decompressing or debriefing after the wars. They would be with the divine feminine. And I was this divine feminine, this high priestess, these women who perform the high priestess role in the community. So it was like only an honor, only certain men, like she wasn't like a prostitute or anything like that. This was a spiritual, energetic connection. And I was reading that they're saying that women who have experienced child sexual abuse or rape and those kind of things, that sometimes that is evidence of that type of divine feminine energy that you may have been like it was in a past life that might have been your role, and so maybe that will help you with understanding that high lowland, that may help you with understanding that. Okay, right. Inner work isn't always pretty, but sometimes it has to be done. But I was reading that. I think if you go, it may have been called Mary Magdalene priestesses, but it's a high priestesses, not just priestesses, high priestesses. And somehow or another, they're connected to Mary and Bridget, Brigid. And there's an Orisha that is a road of that also, maybe a road of Oshun, perhaps, not sure. But I thought that was really interesting. So women who have suffered those type of people who have suffered those type of abuse and that could be that they were high priestesses in previous incarnations, if that helps. You have to release it and let it go. And when you do, you're going to feel you'll feel a difference. You will actually feel something like lift. It happened with me. It wasn't with sexual abuse, but it was. Look at this. The Divine Feminine card. This was for you, Tammy, the High Priestess. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Enhedwana. Enhedwana, the High Priestess. That was the energy for you. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. That's the message for you, Tammy. And I'm gonna give it to you. And then we're gonna move on and take care of April. But that's why that conversation went this way. All right. So we're going to look her up and then Google her when you have a moment after you're out of here. And let's see if this lesson, if this energy helps in any way. It was meant for it to come for me to even get on that part of the conversation and pick up those cards. You know, that was not supposed to be part of this today. But there's a reason for everything. Thank you, God. Ashego. All right, what page is she on? Focus, Patty. Focus, focus, focus over here. 206. 206. So 206 is 8, and that is infinity. So you may have come through this high priestess role and incarnated over and over and over and over again. And maybe you needed to be aware of that, which is why we had this conversation this morning. Okay. You have in-laws. Okay. Hey, Ann, Emma. Okay. So here we go. Listen, I can't hold it like that. I get tired. Okay. And the Divine Feminine Oracle is by Megan Watterson. All right, here we go. Looking all pretty. Gorgeous. Enheduanna. That's her name. She embodies the ability to become one with our soul and live out our highest purpose. Born in Mesopotamia during the Akkadian Empire around 2285 BCE, she is considered not only the first known female poet, but is also the first named literary author in history. It is believed that she was the daughter of the Sumerian king Sargon of Akkad. She was given the title of En, which signified her tremendous political power. Sargon of Akkad named her the high priestess of the most important temple in Sumer, Sumer. Sumerian, okay, it would be pronounced, I guess, Sumer. And she was charged with the lofty task of melding the Sumerian gods and goddesses with the Akkadian ones to create a stability in the empire. She composed 42 hymns. Her most famous works are entitled The Exaltation of Inanna and the Sumerian Temple Hymns. Her hymns were copied and used long after her death and considered immensely valuable, equal to the inscriptions of kings. She is credited with creating the structure of poetry, psalms, and prayers that were then used throughout the ancient world. Her hymns influenced and inspired the prayers and psalms of the Hebrew Bible and the Homeric epics. It is believed that Enheduanna reached a semi-divine status in her lifetime, and that she was considered to be the embodiment of the Sumerian goddess Inanna. When your soul selects this card, over 4,000 years ago, the high priestess wrote in the exaltation of Inanna, most precious lady, beloved by An, your whole, your holy heart is great. Tammy, that's your message. My precious lady, beloved by An, which is God, your holy heart is great. And in the Sumerian temple hymn, she wrote, whatever enters you is unequaled, whatever leaves endures. She embodies the limitless love and the inexhaustible power that moves through us when we merge with the soul. We each have a personal myth. We each have an Ishta Diva, a personal deity who inspires and compels us to bring heaven right here on earth by moving us with the fierce conviction that we're divinely led. She encourages us to integrate our light and our dark, to bring our unconscious aspects of self into consciousness. High Priestess is often described as the guardian of the unconscious. She is that aspect in all of us that holds the veil of awareness that separates us from our inner depths. And Hidwana is about merging the awareness of our soul and all the love and power it gives us with our individual personality or ego. This is what Carl Jung would call personality one and personality two. And Hedwana wants you to live and breathe your soul. She wants you to become so intimate with it that there is no longer any separation. And there are no more excuses or apologies for how powerful you are. You are the high priestess. You are this eternal, she whispers. Your holy heart is this legendary. There's a soul voice meditation. What allows me to experience the reality of my soul? What allows me to experience the reality of my soul, Tammy? And the intention is I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. So the steps that you take to be open and to claim the bad and the good, the dark and the light, all aspects of you and aspects of your experience, of this human experience, is part of your duty as a high priestess. So, first, forgive, and then seek out information on this high priestess. Maybe you'll see synchronicities in your own life that will point you towards this energy. But it must have been for you to hear, honey, because this card came up and I was just talking about this energy. So, Enhedwana, the high priestess. It's beautiful. So sorry. April, we are on you. Sorry. Thank you so much, Tammy. Sorry for everybody for making you wait so long, but I had to do that and you all just saw why, right? So, April, what am I doing? I'm not doing these cards. This is not that kind of reading. Okay, let's go. Back in the box. So everybody, please give your positive energy to April as she tries to contact Manuel Joe Montego, who is her father, right? April's going to try to contact him, and we are going to give positive energy to April so that she can get the messages
He's your brother. Okay, thank you, Manuel. Joe Montico's a brother. Alrighty. Hi, Lisa. I got you. Just be patient, babe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying. Let's give a thumbs up, whoever just came in the room. We'd appreciate it. Hmm. And that's not just for Tammy, also. Any of you ladies who are in here that want to Google that later and see, maybe there's a reason that you were here too, to get that message also. Mm. Oh, you have a yin yang tattoo? Okay, Tammy. All right, we're going to focus our attention on April, okay? Let's give April our attention and our respect and our energy. All right, so April is our moderator. April is trying to contact her brother, Manuel, and we're going to help her do that by giving her positive energy. And April, you're going to focus on Manuel and any messages that you want to get from him. Patience is the key to love. Yes, it is. Alyssa. Okay, so April, first message from Manuel. Remember me by the happy memories we create. The earth is our school. I don't know. That just reminded me of a yearbook when both those cards came together. I don't know. Maybe I went to the same high school. I don't know. Just reminded me of a yearbook. But he's saying that he learned a lot here. Okay, yes, the world is your classroom, and he's telling you the earth is our school. He's asking you to remember him by the happy memories that you've created. Okay. He says, believe in yourself. You can do it. As a soul, I can be in several places at once. Okay, so that's the message that we had earlier, that they're letting us know. He's letting you know that whenever you need him, even if you think that other things are going on in the family, that he may be attending to them, there's no limit on where they can be. They can be several places simultaneously. But whatever it is that you are maybe trying to achieve, whatever your goals are, maybe a project that you may have started out on, whatever it is, whatever your challenge is, he's telling you that you can do it. Believe in yourself. Okay, anything else? Mm. He says, I am so much better now. And he says, I'm learning over here. So he's learning about love, controlling his emotions or expressing his emotions. Hmm. And the bottom of the deck, he says, I'm standing right next to you now. So, April, your brother wants you to know that he's next to you, that you can believe in yourself, that you can do it. That he's better now. He's much better now. And as Earth is your school, he's telling you that he's learning a lot over there on the other side. Okay. Let's see what that card means. Okay, so I'm learning over here. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all. But now that I'm in beyond the three-dimensional physical world, I'm astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plans, but I do see the bigger picture, and it is amazing. You and I are so much more than we ever dreamed of. The only thing I can share with you is how important it is to appreciate and honor yourself and everything else in your life. You and I, like everyone, are God's sacred creatures, which means that we honor God when we honor ourselves and one another. And I definitely honor you. And that's the card that fell on top of believe in yourself, you can do it. So, April, your brother is telling you that he has complete confidence in you and that from what he has learned so far, you can do whatever it is. There's no limit to what is available to you. Let's see if we can get something from the numerology deck as a message for April. Any, oh, okay, okay. Ooh, 87, synchronicity. Synchronicity. Every time you think of him, he's there, is what he said just now. He did say I'm standing right next to you, but I'm getting that this session is synchronicity. Maybe he wanted to communicate to you today. Maybe that's what he's saying. Oh, what happened to my chat again? Oh, you're always sending him synchronistic messages. Oh, you're always seeing synchronistic messages. Well, I guess he's acknowledged it, that he sees it when you do it. Signs and numbers, yes. And 8 and 7 is reduces to 6, right? 8 plus 7, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Love. So he's sending you love. Okay, then. Okay, those synchronicities, I don't need to read this book. Those synchronicities in your life is him communicating with you and helping you and teaching you. He's teaching you as much as he can of what he has learned over there, and he believes in you. And those synchronicities that you pick up, that's the lesson. That's how he's giving you your lessons. The music and the dreams, all of that. Hey, Phyllis. Yes, all of that. All of that is him reaching you, sending messages to you, trying to get, it's like he's your coach now, right? Yes, he's your coach. He's your spirit guide. He's taking you through the twists and turns of life and when you notice something, when it clicks and it's syncretic, he's like, good, yeah, she got it. Yeah. He's encouraging you. All of it. Your all day is a lesson. Phyllis says hi to everybody. And Elisa says hi back. Alyssa. Okay, so April, is this good? Are we good? I'm doing talking to heaven readings, honey. So if you have a loved one that you'd like to reach, I think we did you, right? Didn't we do you last week? It doesn't matter. If you have a loved one that you'd like to reach, We're trying to do that now. Okay. So if you want to give me that name, I'll put it down. And next up at bat, we have Anisha. Anisha is still here. I know I've seen her. Uh, Anisha. Thanks again, honey, for that. Elisa West. No, that's not. No, this is not the same person. She's up here. But she didn't give me a name, so it's okay. But it was Anisha C's. Anisha C's. Let me put that down so I don't forget. Is Anisha C still here? Is she looking for a reading? If not, next at bat will be Alyssa. Okay, Phyllis wants to speak to Auntie Lucille. Ruben. Okay. You're welcome, Phyllis. So just let's Alyssa West. Hmm. I know Alyssa West is here. Thank you, April. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Phyllis, we're going to work on Alyssa, who wants to speak to Rashad. And okay, Alyssa. So we are going to give our attention and our energy, our positive vibes to Alyssa as she tries to reach out to Rashad or Aliyah. She believes Aliyah is her spirit guide because Aliyah passed away on your birthday, right? That's what you said? Mm. I don't know if this means anything, but it says rebirth, as I was saying, that she passed away on your birthday. Okay. All right, Alyssa, let's go. Okay, so we are going to, first of all, we can get rid of that energy. So, Alyssa, maybe that was a message saying that Aliyah is agreeing that she is your spirit guide because that was 16, and I just said that she passed away on your birthday, and 16 is rebirth. So, yeah, maybe. And I like Alyssa. I like her music, Aaliyah's music. And when she passed away, I was so pissed off at this reporter at the New York Times. No, Daily, the Post. It would never be the New York Times or Daily News. Had a nerve to say that it was her funeral was overdone. How the fuck you gonna tell people how to bury their child? If they want to take her money and put her in a glass, you know, like Cinderella, the pumpkin type of thing. They had her in that kind of glass enclosed thing, and take her through the streets of Manhattan. If they can afford to do it, that's their child. How the hell you want to tell somebody else that it was too much for their child? Oh, he must have killed himself the other day when Aretha Franklin's funeral was 10 hours. Whew. Okay. And you named your daughter Aaliyah, and both of your sons were born on the 16th. Yeah, it's just jealousy. It was very very racial the way the way he said it. It's like, what, you're gonna tell us how to fuck to bury our kids too? Come on now, please. That was Aaliyah's money. If her parents took it and spent it to bury her, that was their right to do that. Boy. Okay, so first card that came here was, if I had known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. Aliyah's brother's name is Rashad also? That's interesting. Okay. I was met by so many loving people. Okay. Let's focus on this for Alyssa West. This reading, if I'd only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. I was met by so many loving people. Mm-mm. Okay. Aliyah Horton. Well, wouldn't have gotten on that plane. That's what she said, right? Although you may not understand it now. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I think she is your guy, babe. I really do. Aliyah, life is a series of choices. Choose love. Mm, what was that? Oh, anybody? Somebody? Nobody? Okay. Life is a series of choices. Okay, here it was. There is no such thing as death. Y'all are just falling in love with each other around here. Hearts and kisses and loves and wows. But I think she is. I think that this is her coming to you, then, Alyssa. Yeah, to let you know, to let you, to confirm, I guess. Mm, okay. Don't be afraid. There's no such thing as death. Don't be afraid. Okay, so if you have a fear of death, being told not to be afraid, and I'm just noticing all this water in these cards also. Don't be afraid. I think she's saying that she was afraid when this crash happened. Had she known better, had she known what she knows now, she would not. If she would not have chosen to get on the plane if she had thought more responsibly. Had thought more responsibly, and that life is a series of choices, and that was what she chose to do. And so many people expressing their admiration of her work and her music. Mm. And when she crossed over, she was met by family, but also by other people who are very loving to her. She showed you that she had regretted being in the industry, right? Bottom of the deck, I will always point you in the right direction. Okay, I knew that for real when I met my brother and your play mother in your dreams, and they warned me about things which showed me life is just beginning. Okay, all right. Well, she may have regretted it because she's had, I mean, the experiences that she had when she married R. Kelly, and then they had the wedding annulled, allegedly, and then this thing, and how that the whole body of work is impressive, and it is going to be with us forever. And like I was talking about earlier, Timberland and Aliyah, and that song that they, oh my goodness, um, I can hear his part right now. I could play it, but we'll get in trouble. But I don't care at this point. Leah. I should have it. Timberland and Aaliyah. Mm. Okay. Oh, look what just came. No more tears. Barbara Streisand and Donna Summer. No more tears, ladies. Not today. Mm, let me go here. Timberland, Aaliyah. But that song, those songs that she made were like, what do you call it? Like not classics, but they're timeless. You know. Try again. Are you that somebody? That's the song. And we need a resolution. That's the one. We need a resolution. That's the one with Timberland in it, right? That's an ad. We can't hear that. They ain't gonna allow that at all. So, yeah, but talent. Yeah, that's the one, the favorite one of hers that I like. Alyssa. Okay, well, Phyllis, I would like to do Aretha Franklin, and I probably will do that one day. But right now, we're going to focus on Alyssa. Right now, yes, that's what was it called? We need a resolution, and are you that somebody also? But we need a resolution. I always liked that one, and I always thought that Timberland was so handsome. I even made a mistake of going out with this guy because he looked like him. What a mistake. Anyway. All right, so she's around you. She's going to always continue to point you in the right direction. Okay. And I think that that is the message to you from Aliyah. Alyssa, is that good? Oh yeah, her music is great to pick you up, and Alicia Keys too. Woo, she'll take you from falling to this girl is on fire. You're okay. You're welcome, Elisa. Next, I'm Chic. Is I'm Chic still in here? I'm Chic pops in and out. Let me see. I'm Chic. If you're here, I'm ready for you. Thanks again for the super chats, Honey and Alyssa. All right. Okay. Um, Let me see if I have. I am Chic. Okay, so I am Chic. If not Anna MR, Anna MR. I didn't get a name for you, Anna MR, but if you are here, I got you. Next. And if not, we're going to go over to Phyllis for Lucille. So, I am Chic. You can super chat me right now, baby, if you want to. I don't know how it works 'cause, I'm not on that side, but I think there's a dollar sign or something, and you put whatever money is, and then it comes up that I see it. And thank you for it. But you can super chat during the live streams only. You can send donations to me, of course, at PB Tarot 7 at Gmail, or I guess on PayPal. Yeah, you could. But right now, you could do it if you want to. Okay. Today's Sunday. Yeah. Hey, Sergi. All right, Phyllis. Ready? All right. So everybody, I'm in New York. All right. So Sergey. All right, Phyllis. We are going to talk to Lucille, who is your. Did you say that was your aunt? Yes, your aunt, Lucille Rubin. Oh, okay, Sir Jay, you're from the Ukraine. Okay, and that's your aunt on your mother's side. All right, maternal aunt. All right, everybody, we are going to put a positive energy towards Phyllis Glenn right now as she tries to reach Lucille. All right, so let's. Well, thank you, Sergey. Sergey said you're beautiful to me. That's nice. Appreciate it. Good to hear. At 10:23 in the morning. Ooh, with no breakfast. I didn't even make a cup of tea. Oh my God, Daddy. Well, I guess I really needed to get down here and give Tammy that message, probably. Am I over 17 years old? All right, Sergey, stop. I couldn't be on here if I wasn't over 17. I don't think that they would allow this. I don't know. Okay. All the energy goes towards Phyllis as she tries to reach Lucille. I mean, what is it with I don't know. The other day I was in a deli and the guy in there says to me, "You better have ID, young lady, if you're trying to buy that beer." First of all, I wasn't trying to buy a beer. They were tower, like energy drinks. Now he knows. My son goes in there. But I said, that was a good try. And he laughed. Every time I go in there, he tries to make pass at me. And then his wife called the other day while he was on the phone and they started talking Arabic or whatever. I'm standing at the counter and I was looking at him. He's trying to act like I can't understand what he's saying to his wife, but he knows what he's saying to his wife. But because he's trying to flirt or has been trying to flirt, I guess in his he was having something was going on in his head at that moment made him very uncomfortable. Whatever. I'm like, well, it's not like I can understand what you're saying, but I guess there was a little bit of him that he kept looking at me like maybe she can't understand what I'm saying. I kind of did, but it wasn't nothing important. I don't know why I understood it, but I kind of did. Maybe he picked up on that. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe I could read his energy. Maybe, and I could hear her voice too over the phone because it was loud, and they were speaking Arabic of some sort. But I don't know. I feel like the kid was sick or something. The baby was sick. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but that's what the feeling I got, and I didn't ask him about it, of course. Trying to eavesdrop on the guy behind the counter at the deli. But he's funny. He's funny. He's very funny. But I'm like, is that a thing? Like, is that their line? They think American women like that? Like, are you old enough to buy a beer? Or are you old enough to get those cigarettes? Like, is that like a flirt? Is that what the brothers gave y'all when y'all came to the United States? Is that what they told y'all the line was? Check your resources. Just saying. Okay, Phyllis, let's focus on right. Please, please let's get some other, and American guys are haters anyway. They probably tell them that on purpose. Like some of you all may remember Saturday Night Live, Wild and Crazy Guys, like that. Like those are some guys that got hold of some. Those guys got hold of some American. They were from the Ukraine or something, but they were like from a Slavic nation of some sort. And they were with the leisure suits and oh, we are two wild and crazy guys. And you know that this is because they were hanging out with American guys who probably told them that this was the cool way to be. It was just ridiculous. Steve Martin and what's the other guy from Saturday Night Live? I forget right now. Y'all know him when y'all see him. Not Chevy Chase. Fellas, I'm surrounded by animals, by loving animals. That's the message from Lucille, your aunt. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what we got. 2.5 hours. Lord have mercy. I hope it uploads. Oh, she loved her dog. Okay, well, she's surrounded by animals. She wanted you to know. Okay. Jeez, she liked it when you said that. All right, we will be together again. You are never alone. So I think she's saying that, of course, you'll be together again. But I think she's saying that she's always around you. She's like your watchtower, like your light, your guiding light. Oh my goodness. I put a happy birthday to my daddy in heaven on my Facebook page, and all my friends are responding to it. That's what it is. Okay, so you sensed that she was around, that she was being your guiding light. All right. Let's see. We have anything else from Aunt Lucille for Phyllis? Lots of love. Lots of love. I'm feeling lots of love. Hmm. Love you a lot. Hmm. Sometimes you get aunt like that. Aunts are like mothers without the labor pains, right? Aunties. Some people call them aunts. I would, AUNT is aunt in my world. All right, she's saying that she's with the rest of the family. So there's all of that love too. All of that that could be what she's expressing. Because I was like, wow, that's a lot of love because it's a whole family. They're all showing up. They're very glad to have somebody checking in on them. Okay. Oh, I always give you a good night kiss. Aw. Aw. How sweet. Anything else on Lucille? Oh, stop it, Phyllis. Phyllis got the cries out. Get the cry icon out. And she says, don't be afraid. And that fell on you were never alone. I will give you a good night kiss fell on top of we will be together again. And I'm surrounded by loving animals, and I'm with the rest of the family came together. So the family and the animals, everybody is together. And you will be together with them again, not no time soon, but she's letting you know that you will be with them. Oh man, I'm getting like they got like a family reunion kind of group thing, like they all hang out with each other all day. But she says that she always gives you a kiss good night. That is sweet. And you are never alone. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. They're always there with you. She, the rest of the family, even the animals. They come with them too. They do. Bottom of the deck says, I had to leave that way. So you might understand what that means. I had to leave that way. All right. So let's see. She said to get a card from the numerology deck for you. Oh, she was sick. Okay. 81, leadership. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is the ancestors. Oh, okay. So maybe she's like in charge over there. Yeah, okay. Maybe that's why I got this feeling like a coach getting everybody together, like leadership. Mm. So maybe she's a matriarch on that side now. She was feisty. Okay. Well, she can't be the matriarch because there were other generations and generations. But she's leadership. She's playing a role. Also, she could be saying also that you have leadership qualities, and that these are qualities that were given to you by your ancestors. It's in your DNA. It's in your DNA to be a leader. And she wants you to take a leadership position, more active role in something. I don't know. You'll understand these messages. I'm just saying them as they come. All right. Anything else? Lucille? Lucille Rubin, you have anything else that you'd like to share with Phyllis? She wants to speak to you so bad, and she appreciates all these messages. We appreciate it. Thank you. Number 44, environment. So this could be talking about, ecology, uh, recycling, but it also could be talking about something in your environment that you need to take the lead on, something around you, a situation that you need to take the leadership role in. That's what I'm getting. 44 is manifestation. Just something in your foundation, something in your home, something going on in your home environment or your work environment that she's saying that you need to take a leadership role and that's what they want. Oh, you know what she's talking about? Okay, thank you. Oh, it's in your home. Okay. Look at this here. She's glad you got it. 93. Happy ending. Okay. Okay. Happy ending. Oh, wow. Wow. I see. Bottom of the deck says compassion. 99. Well, it makes sense. Okay. Well, Ashe. Tell your friends. Let's see. What is 93? Never seen that one come up before. This card is a confirmation that a very happy ending is right around the corner, even if it seems ludicrous and impossible at this present moment in time. A favorable outcome awaits you and is well within your reach. Since you attract what you are bringing good fortune when you're happy. Therefore, you will attract your positive outconsumer by being joyous. Phyllis got hands up, clapping. Oh my goodness. Okay. Acting as if what you want has already come to pass, right? By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to focus the majority of your attention on the outcome you desire rather than the outcome you fear. Okay, since you attract what you think about the most, when you focus on your dreams, you can make these dreams come true. Dismiss all logic and reason so that you see the miracles beyond and know that you live in a magical universe where it pays to believe and dream. Be grateful for the happiness to come and remain optimistic and hopeful at all times because it only gets better from here. You are mere moments away from the outcome that you deserve. So that is your message from your auntie. That's deep. Well, I'm sure you understand it more than the rest of us do, since you're saying that it makes sense to you and it's relatable. So that's beautiful. I'm so happy that message makes sense to you. All right then. Okay, Phyllis. Thank you very much. All right. Anybody that I didn't get? I am Chic, Anna Amar, Sergey. Since you just got here, if the one that said I look like I wasn't 17 yet, if you'd like a reading, if you have someone who's crossed over that you'd like to read, I'd be more than happy to see what we could do. Thank you all. Please, thank you all for helping everybody, for helping Honey and Tammy and April and Alyssa and Phyllis reach their people, right? So we thank you for that energy. Thank you, Daddy, for showing up also, for allowing me. Happy birthday to have these gifts and to do this work, Daddy. Appreciate it. And I know you're always here with me also. So this is cool. You're welcome, Phyllis. So I usually try to do 9 people, but today I only did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, look, it's been 2.5 hours. It's a lot. And I'm sure that you all have things to do, as do I. Mine are later in the day. But Spirit got me up early this morning to make me come down here and do that. So there must be a reason those messages needed to get to the people that they got to today. Okay, Daddy. I'm here helping you. That's my father. You're welcome so much, and thank you all so much. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, share, tell your friends about this channel and what we do here, what I do here. You know, they can always watch the videos. You all can share any of the videos that are available. You can go over old ones. I actually was watching one from last year or last year September, no, it was August, right? Last August, it made sense, and it was a year ago. So what is that? I don't know. Predictions, I guess, but I don't know how to direct that. But if that's what they want me to do, I'm sure they'll show me how to do it. So anyhow, I just read the energies as they come. So thank you so much, Phyllis and Honey, and Tammy and April and Alyssa and Anisha and I am Chic and Anna and Mar and Phyllis and Siegel. Sergey, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. And I'm going to try to upload this now. And I have a funeral to go to also. So it's Sunday. I didn't know people were doing this is like the second funeral on a Sunday. I thought that they didn't do that, but I don't know. I guess they do it and then they do the burials on Monday. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share these videos. And if you want to send a donation or you want to request a personal reading, you can send an email to pdtarot, Tarot, the number 7 at gmail.com. And PayPal, you can make donations through PayPal too. I guess I should put the link on my thing, but I did. I got like over 500 and something videos up. I can't go through every one of them and do that. There should be a way that once you do something like that, it should just go across any video or anything that you upload to YouTube should automatically have that contact and pay information. Anyway, I will talk to everybody real soon. I love you guys. Thanks for coming. I say, namaste.